Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar. Today we have Ashish Sharma from UWL. He is the Assistant Regional for UWL, and he will be taking us through this webinar. So let's not waste our time more. I will hand over to Ashish. Over to you, Ashish.
Thank you. Thanks, Vinayak, for introducing me. Again, I'm Ashish Sharma from University of West London South Asia office. I am the regional assistant here, based out of Mumbai. It's such a fantastic evening interacting with all of you. And we are going to learn a little bit about the University of West London. So for all the students who are considering the University of West London or thinking about their studies, studying in the UK for the coming February intake or for the September intakes ahead, we are going to learn a little bit about the university, and we will cover various points and facts and figures that can be very important as a part of your research to select universities in the UK. So while I speak, I will just share a presentation so that you have something to look to while I speak. So I hope that you are able to view the presentation that I have shared. So starting with a few facts and achievements of the University of West London, some pretty good news, very recent ones, starting with the rankings of the University of West London. Rankings play a major role to select an institute. It depicts a lot of the various points of the university when considering a particular university to study. So overall, the University of West London currently is ranked 23rd as per the Guardian University Guide 2023. So these are the recent rankings which have recently been out. And we're very, very happy to share that the University of West London has been ranked 23rd. This is the highest ever rankings of the University of West London in the Guardian University Guide. Not only a good ranking, but also a few more achievements like University of the Year for Teaching Quality in Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide 2023, University of the Year for Student Experience again in the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide 23. So the University of West London has, we are happy that the students are very happy in the university. The student experience is soaring not only this year, for the past 3 years. So 2 out of the past 3 years, the University of West London has been ranked the University of the Year for student experience across all of the UK. The If you see the logo of the university, it says the Career University. So there are certain achievements, there are certain recognitions because of which the University of West London has, kind of been branded as the Career University. So a couple of them that I can mention, that I've mentioned over here, is, kind of the graduate employability, 98% graduate employability, one of the highest by HESA in 2018, awarded by the Association of Graduate Careers Advisory Services Membership Quality Standard. So again, these are a few pointers and a few facts and achievements that students can consider as a part of their research while looking into the University of West London. Again, next slide, a few more. So, the Claude Littner Business School is the business school of the University of West London that has received, the Accountancy and Finance School of the Year in 2021 by PQ Magazine Award. That has also been awarded as the Business School of the Year by, again, the Times 2019. The University Student Union was also voted as the best student union in London according to the National Student Survey 2018. In 2019 March, again, the university launched the Westmont Enterprise Hub. It is a major facility that not only attracts students from, a business background or a business interest, but also for any student who has an entrepreneurial aspiration. So currently, the hub has over 50 startups. So it has incubated more than 50 startups already. There are 450 plus members and connections to more than 500 businesses in the UK. A little bit of the location. So location again plays a very crucial role. Students would like to understand the university's location before making a decision to apply to them or to study in them. So overall, University of West London has two campuses, and Ealing and Brentford. These are the two campuses. If we talk about approximate location, it is located in Zone 3 of London, 20 minutes away from the Heathrow Airport, 30 minutes away from the central London area. And just a quick fact or statistic, you can see in the middle, 50% of the world's 300 top companies have headquarters within 15 miles of UWL campus. So not only its central location and its links to the travels, the tube, the bus, and all of these things, but also the accessibility that the location has towards the industry or the businesses around. So that is something that gives students the kind of opportunities to interact with the industries, with the companies, and that also has opportunities for the final work that you have or the final projects that you do as a part of your course. It also ensures that students receive good industry exposure in terms of guest lectures that come from the industry um, to the university as well. So these are the two sites that I had mentioned, two sites or two campuses, Ealing and Brentford. Both are pretty close, 1.5 miles away from each other. There is a free shuttle bus that keeps on running from in between these two campuses, and it also covers, let's say, the tube station, Ealing Broadway, and it also covers the university accommodations as well. So there are currently, I would say, around 4 different university accommodations nearby the campuses of the university that the students can choose from. Apart from that, students can also choose to live in private accommodations in various areas. So the university is located in a place where the students will be able to find various areas which have a decent amount of South Asian concentration in terms of good South Asian community. So they can find decent accommodation and fooding and lodging as well nearby the university areas. And then they can very easily travel. Traveling is quite simplified and quite convenient to the university campuses. A little bit about the facilities of the university. So you can see one entire slide, which is, kind of dedicated to the facilities of the University of West London. So again, I didn't mention it in the first slide in the facts and figures, but again, to give an understanding of the kind of facilities that the university has. So West London was actually ranked 7th across all of the UK for the facilities spent or the kind of money that the university spends on its infrastructure or the campus investments. Over here, you can see 150 million pounds of campus investments. And in these pictures, you can see these 3 floors are the library, endless shelves of Paul Hamlin Library, which is 24/7 accessible. You can see over here the Pillars Restaurant, the university's own restaurant run by the students, the university's own radio station by the name of Blast FM for media and journalism students. There is the Westmont Enterprise Hub that we spoke about earlier. Then there is the West London Food Innovation Lab for hospitality students and culinary students. The university is not only very well connected to the Heathrow in terms of proximity or distance, but also in terms of the kind of relationship that the managements share. So the Heathrow management, for example, they have sponsored a flight pad simulator in the university campus itself. For we do have the aviation courses where it is required. The Heathrow has sponsored their archives in the University of West London as well. And then I'm sure that a lot of students who would land to the UK, they would go through the Heathrow, and you will see many of your friends and your peers, many students working at the Heathrow. A lot of them you will find are from the University of West London. It acts as a very good platform for various kinds of jobs as well. Covering a little bit of the study options, or just to give the students a view of the kind of courses that we offer. So there are 8 schools under the University of West London, and we'll start with the School of Computing and Engineering. courses related would be related to computer science. There would be civil engineering. There is a course by the name of, let's say, MSc Health Informatics. These are the kind of courses that we offer at bachelor's and master's level as well. So probably around eight to 10 different kind of bachelor's courses related to computer science. Then there would be probably, let's say, bachelor's in IT, bachelor's in information technology, management for business, cybersecurity, all of these courses. Civil, again, there are three different courses: civil engineering, civil and environment engineering, construction project management, both bachelor's and master's level. There is the bachelor's of electronics and communications that we offer. And all of these, I'd say majority, I'd say 90% of the courses that we are speaking about, or that you will be able to find in the University of West London, we are offering that in the February intake as well. So that February is a major intake for us. September and February are kind of, in terms of course portfolio, they are very much equal. And in terms of numbers of students who come in for the February intake, they are also kind of, very much equal. So moving on next to London School of Film, Media and Design, courses related to journalism, courses related to design, fashion design, interior design, graphic design. Then there would be courses related to advertising, branding, and communication. That's a MA Advertising, Branding, and Communication is a very popular course at a master's level. Students, when they come to study these courses in University of West London, it's not only the kind of academics that they will enjoy the benefit of, but also the kind of exposure that they receive when they study in a city like London. It's a major fashion hub, it's a major design hub, and media hub. So and specifically these courses, it's not only academics that will help you learn, but the kind of exposure that you receive, the practical exposure, will be very, very crucial for your learning and development. London College of Music, it's quite a renowned school of music. I'd say very, very strong. Quite a few number of top musicians have studied from this particular school. And again, bachelor's and master's courses, various music courses that are available under this particular school. School of Law and Criminology, bachelor's, the LLB is available, LLMs are available, various specializations into it, courses related to criminology are available as well. Nursing, midwifery, and healthcare. Now, there would be many courses that you'll be able to see on the university website, but not a lot of them are offered to international students. When I say international students, from South Asia. So currently there would be a few courses that would be open to international students. Probably, let's say, a public health courses, their bachelor's and master's of public health is open. Then there are courses related to biomedical sciences. There's a BSc biomedical science. There is MSc bioinformatics, which is there. Then there's a course by the name of MSc Health Informatics. It technically comes under School of Computing and Engineering, but a lot of students from the healthcare background, they will also be coming and applying to health informatics, which is a lot in demand currently. And then moving on ahead, there would be the School of Human and Social Sciences. There would be courses related to psychology. There would be courses related to forensics, and these are the kind of courses that we have. The bachelor's and master's of psychology. There is MSc psychology conversion as well, and all the psychology courses are the BPSA accredited courses. So the British Psychological Society has accredited them. MSc psychology conversion is something where you can come from a different background. For example, if you've completed your bachelor's in engineering, you can still come on to study a master's in psychology conversion as well. London Geller College of Hospitality and Tourism. It's a 70-year-old school, 70-plus-year-old school, I'd say, and quite reputed for the courses it offers in hospitality, tourism. There are courses offered in event management, different kinds of culinary arts courses. Aviation is there, tourism is there. Luxury hospitality management is there in masters. Food business management is there. All various kinds of courses are available. So sorry. Last but not the least, the Claude Littner Business School. It was also awarded as the Business School of the Year across the UK in 2019 by the Times Awards. Various kinds of courses are available at bachelor's and master's, starting with economics to accounting and finance to international business management. Then there would be the, if we talk about the master's courses, there would be the MBA, which is a very popular one. Another popular course which has recently emerged would be the MSc Digital Marketing. There is MSc Business Analytics as well. There are 4 different courses related to finance, finance and accounting, finance and economics, finance and risk management, strategic financial management. All these are the courses which are available under the School of Business. In terms of level, if we talk about what are the kind of levels where we offer courses, so we do offer a foundation year leading to bachelor's. Then we do offer pre-sessional English courses as well. So students who've taken a UKVI, PTE, or an IELTS, they can, and if they fall short of the bands, they can go for the pre-sessional English courses. Then we have the direct masters and the extended and enhanced extended masters. I know it can become a little confusing because the kind of portfolio that we have is kind of wide and we offer various levels of courses. So you can definitely be in touch with your counselors at SIUK who will be happy to guide you through the various levels of courses suitable to you as per your profile and your credentials. So a glimpse of the fees and scholarships. So you can see over here the level of study, and then these are the fees. So the undergrad fees that we have is £13,250 per year. The postgrad fees that we have is £13,750 per year. The MBA is slightly different and it costs £15,000 per year. Extended and enhanced extended masters is extended masters is 15 months course, £14,975. Enhanced extended masters is again an 18 months course. It is £16,800 for the entire 18 months. You can also, I've also enlisted the intakes that we have. So for the undergrad courses, the September and January, to be specific, February is, these are the intakes that we have for undergrad and direct masters. For extended masters, it's a June and October. Enhanced extended masters, September and January. Again, it can become a little bit confusing for students who are coming across first time. How can there be so many intakes and what are these levels? You can always get in touch with us and you can always get in touch with your counselors at SIUK for further assistance and clarity regarding the fees and the intakes. So the current intake that we have regarding which the students are applying and coming would be the February intake. So that's the current February 2023. Giving a view of the scholarships that we offer. So there is the International Ambassador Scholarship that we offer, and that is open to all the international students. They can apply for it. What do they need to apply for the scholarships? First things first, they need to hold an offer from the university. And second thing, they can make an online application for the International Ambassador Scholarship. There will be questions, essay kind of questions like, tell us 3 things that make you a worthwhile candidate to receive the scholarship. So that's how the scholarships at West London work. If you see the fee structure that we have, I'm sure that you would do your research and you would agree towards the, down the line, the kind of fees that we have is one of the most reasonable for the rankings that we have, the location that we have in London City, basically. A little, glimpse of the entry requirements, what we require in terms of entry, or, I'll cover the general entry requirements for bachelor's would be a 60 percentage in 12th. That's the cutoff we have, 60 and above in 12th. For masters, what we require, the cutoff is 55. So in bachelor's, a 55 and above is the cutoff that we expect. An IELTS of 6.0 for bachelor's and an IELTS of 6.5 for masters with no band less than 5.5. If you have a lesser IELTS or a lesser percentage, we can consider you for the extended and enhanced extended masters. Yep. So apart from it, we have the foundation year, the enhanced extended and the extended postgrad. and the pre-sessional English courses as well. How to apply, again, pretty standard process that we have. You can apply through UCAS or directly to the university as well. And the applications that we require is, the application form has certain questions which are kind of the personal statement question. That is something that we require. Uh, the academic transcripts and two or one, depending on what course you apply for. For bachelor's, we require a one LOR. For masters, we require two LORs, or the letters of recommendations. A copy of applicant's passport is required. Depending on the course that you have applied for, we may ask for a portfolio. Uh, Again, that, for example, if you apply for a design course, you may be required to submit a portfolio, because that is something which is there in design, but generally not all the other courses. Then we, once we receive applications, then we process for the offer letter. Generally, I would say students, I'd advise them to apply early for the February intake, considering the kind of applications that we receive and the kind of seats that we have. It is always advisable to apply early. For just to give you a glimpse, for example, a lot of students in September intake, who wanted to go for the September intake, have not been able to make it to the September intake. They will be kind of deferring to the next February intake. So there are already a lot of applications which the admissions team is going through. And so that's the reason, if you already have all your documents in place, please apply early for a February intake, so that you, not only in terms of for you getting an offer or a seat, but also you would understand right now the kind of time it can take for a student visa to come, and then you wouldn't want to do everything at the last moment, or fly to the university at the last moment, book your tickets at the last moment. So to ensure that the process is comfortable, it is always advisable to apply early, so that you have sufficient time to book your tickets, you have sufficient time to go to London, and then make yourselves comfortable and join the university. So I think that's all. That's all what I wanted to cover, and kind of an introduction to the University of West London and its courses. I have mentioned my email ID over here. I've mentioned the website over here. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you have related to the University of West London and its courses. So so Vinayak, I've tried to conclude from my side. Please let me know if anything else that I should add, or if there are any questions, anything I should cover or that I have missed out.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Yes, we do have a lot of questions for you in the chat box. So I'll be taking it one by one. So
Mhm.
the first question that we have is, what do you think are the pros and the cons, if there are any, about getting a master's degree in the UK for international students?
Mhm. Okay. So, yep, there can be pros and cons, and when we say a con, it can depend where you compare it from. So, a few pros of gaining a master's degree from the UK. First would be, the first and the foremost, the most advantageous one is the kind of the duration that the universities offer. UK is probably the only country in the world which is able to offer a 1 year recognized masters. So when I say recognized, it is kind of globally recognized. Various institutions, various organizations, they accept the 1 year masters. And then generally, even let's say in India or from various parts of the world, the master's duration is 2 years. So 1 year is a lot of time actually. So not only in terms of it will definitely help you in terms of managing your budget, your fee budget, and your living expenses. Not only in terms of that, but also the kind of uh, time that you have, wherein you will be able you'd be actually working for a year. You'll be having a head start in the industry. And a few things that I would like to, not exactly a con, but then I would say that students need to keep in mind while choosing a master's degree is to be able to kind of understand what exactly the masters will, going to teach you. They can be very specialized masters because it's a 1 year course. It will be a little more intensive, and it can be a little more specific or specialized. For example, just to give an example, in the University of West London, there are 4 different kinds of finance courses that are available. Generally, what we see here, what are the kind of master's courses that are available? That would be probably one or a maximum 2 courses, and there also you'll study a bit of general things and then kind of specialize in your second year. But there are 4 different kinds of masters. There are 5, 6 different kinds of masters that are available under computer science. So that's how specific it can be. It's a good thing, and but it's good when you understand the masters, and when you totally understand what will I be gaining when I do this particular masters.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question for you is, it has been 3 weeks that I have applied at UWL. Can you
Mhm.
please tell me how many more days shall I wait to get an update regarding the offer letter?
Okay, so I can completely understand that, and that's what I was talking about during the presentations for students to apply early, because the kind of overload that our admissions is going through, it can take some time to, for us to process the application and for us to process the offer. Why for you right now, why it has taken 3 weeks is because we've had a September intake, we have an October intake as well. So that is something that the admissions is kind of focused towards right now. So we have multiple intakes, and then October is also kind of a major intake for us. So that's how we all were kind of stuck in the September or October intakes. But then we have kind of finished it off now, and then we have diverted our attention and we are focusing on processing the February intake offers. So I can't say for sure when you will receive an update, but very soon. We it was only because we couldn't focus on the February intake. We have recently started focusing back to the February intakes, and you'll receive an update very soon.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, can I enroll in your master's program with an undergraduate degree in electrical engineering without a work experience?
So it depends on what course do you want to study. We don't currently, we're not offering masters in electronics and electricals in the February intake. But there is a course by the name of, let's say, MSc Information Systems. So that is a good course, I'd say, for students who have EC background or something. They can come on to that particular course. A lot of students may want to undertake the computer science masters. That is not possible. So a core computing masters will require a core computing degree, whereas masters in health and masters in information systems, it acts as a very good platform to kind of learn about computing as well. There are modules like big data analytics as well, and knowledge management and machine learning as well as a part of this particular course.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, what is the average salary we can expect after completing management, international business?
Okay, so I don't know a figure as in what is the average salary that students can expect after completion of any of the courses. I'm sure that these figures would be available online, though not the university website, because uh, the university does not conduct any such exercises to understand the salary figures or the graduate employability or something like that. Yes, I had mentioned the graduate employability in the first slide, but that was only done by HISA. HISA is the Higher Education Statistics Agency, and that is an independent body. So so we don't have anything as such from the university. But I'm sure if you go to websites like HISA or other government agencies which deal in higher education statistics or something, then you will be able to gain details and certain statistics about the salaries that are being offered uh, in the UK or in London. One thing I can surely say about the University of West London is it's kind of known, or it is kind of branded as a career university. So the careers team is doing very well in terms of assisting students, and the students are doing very well in terms of the final graduate employability, the kind of connections that the university has in the industry. So that is something which is very good. The careers team is the one that kind of supports students on various fronts of career. They are the ones which organizes various career fairs, various workshops to help students prepare themselves professionally for the final work.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, shall I have to keep the funds, first year tuition fee plus living expenses in my bank account for 28 days to apply for the acceptance letter?
Yes, you will be required to, and so you will be required to keep the 1 year maintenance and the fees, total fees of the university minus whatever you have paid to the university. So, for example, let's say if you paid X amount as a deposit to the university, then you can just deduct the X amount from the entire amount that you have kept in your bank account for 28 days, and that is required in order to obtain a CAS from the university. So that is a prerequisite.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, I have a 1 year gap after my graduation. Can I apply for masters?
Yes, so definitely you can apply for master's. 1 year gap in for a master's application is not a lot of gap. We do have certain gap requirements, but 1 year is definitely is not a problem at all. And yes, so for bachelor's, what we can accept is a maximum of 2 years of gap. For a master's, what we can accept is a maximum of 5 years of gap. So this is the kind of gap policy that the University of West London has, except for the MBA. MBA, there is no particular gap requirement or a gap policy as such, but then the overall profile is assessed. For example, if a student has 6 7 years of work experience or gap from the past study, what has the student been doing in these years? That is something which is assessed not only from an applications point of view, but it is also very important from a visa point of view. For example, if you speak to your counselors, you'll get to know many students this year have received emails from the High Commission asking for what they have been doing, or to show sufficient proof in order to justify their activities that they have been doing since their graduation. So not only from an applications point of view, but for any university you go, it is always advisable to be prepared in case you receive an email from the High Commission, or if you may receive an interview from the High Commission.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, how does the international scholarship is given to the students who are eligible for this? Do they have to accept the offer letter to get that scholarship?
Okay, yeah, so they don't need to compulsorily accept the offer or pay the deposit or anything to accept the offer to let uh to get the scholarship or to get the results of the scholarship. It is only that you need to hold an offer from the university, because when you fill the scholarship application form online, a student ID will be required, and that is generated when you receive when you get an offer from the university. So you don't have to pay the fees or accept the offer in order to receive the scholarship, or in order to get the result of the scholarship. Nothing like that. There is a deadline that you'll get to know on the university website when you apply. By that deadline, the scholarship committee reviews the various scholarship applications and then notifies the students directly in their email IDs. So that's how the scholarship works.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, my course is BSc Cybersecurity and it
Mhm,
starts in Feb 23.
mhm.
Can you please tell me from which month university will start issuing certification acceptance letters for that?
Okay, so for February intake, the acceptances have already started. A lot of students have already accepted places in the University of West London. So I'm not sure what you mean by acceptance letter. If you mean the CAS letter, So that is something, that we have started again, though few in numbers, but then we started issuing CAS letters for the February intake so that the students can apply for their visa. So we only done for a very few number of students, but then we've already done that. We would want to be very early, and there are going to be breaks ahead, for example, the Christmas and the New Year's and all. So right now is the time to, just speed up the process and to ensure that students can, as many students as possible, have their CAS in their hand. So, for all of these things, the university has already started it. So if you probably, if I'm not sure if you already hold an offer for BSc cybersecurity. If you do, if you have that, and if you are in a position to pay and accept and register yourself, then you do that at the earliest so that everything goes by smoothly.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question to you is, does UWL have the September 23 intake for Masters in Business?
Yes, there will definitely be. September and February. We have both of these intakes for masters in business, and there can be a couple of courses related to masters in business. One is the international business management. The other can be a masters in business administration. Both of these courses are available in February intake as well, in September intake as well.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question is, what is the fee structure of an A-level art and craft design in London? Any scope of scholarship?
Okay, so the art and design courses that we offer are only for at a bachelor degree level. So we do offer certain master's degree courses related to art and design, but for most of them will be for a bachelor's level. And for any bachelor's that we offer, the fees, a standard fees that we have for any bachelor's is a £13,250 per year. And for any masters that we offer, a standard fees for any masters is a £13,750 per year, except for the MBA that is, £15,000. So I think that I've been able to answer the question properly if I've understood it well.
The next question to you is, if a student has cleared the CAS credibility interview, will the
Mhm.
student will get the visa for that?
So after the student clears the precast discussion, what we have is a precast discussion in place. Once the student accepts the offer, the student is required to attend the precast discussion and clear the precast discussion. Once the student clears the precast discussions, we will request for the CAS file or the documents that are required for the university team in order to issue your CAS. So once the CAS is issued, then on the basis of the CAS, the students can apply for the visa. So that's how it works out basically. That's the process.
Thank you, Ashish. The next question is, I got 45.5% in bachelor's. Can
Mhm.
I apply for master's? 8 backlogs will matter because my passed out year is 2017. I want to go for the extended MBA course.
Yes, you can go for an extended master's. Considering the education credentials, you will not be able to apply for the direct master's, but as you have understood the overall entry requirements of an extended master's very well, so you can apply for the extended MBA, and we an IELTS will be required, IELTS of 6.0 no less than 5.5 to 6.5 no less than 5.5. Depending on your IELTS score, you will either go for, let's say, an extended master, extended MBA, or for the enhanced extended MBA, depending on the IELTS. But you can, yes, we do have that course in February, and you can apply for that particular master's degree and extended MBA.
So that student has scored 6 in IELTS, so he can, right?
Yes, so you can go for the enhanced extended MBA. That is an 18 months master's, and it starts in February. So that's that particular course will be perfectly suited for you.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you so much for answering all the questions. I think we have covered all of them. Uh, Thank you so much for joining us. Would request you if you can just make a closing note and
Okay, sure, Vinayaka. Thank you. Thank you so much for organizing this and for inviting us. I know that you have been organizing, you've been taking so much of efforts on behalf of SIUK for, organizing sessions for West London. Just to let the students know, Vinayak had also organized sessions for different markets for West London, and I'm very, very glad, very happy to be here to address all the students, to interact with them. And if you have any further queries, if you have anything that you would have probably missed out, or that I have missed out that you would want to know ahead, you can always be in touch with your counselors at SIUK. They will. We have been working together since a long time, and they'd be very happy and glad to assist you for the process, for your process to the University of West London. Thank you so much, and take care, everyone.
Thank you, Ashish. Sorry to we missed out on a question. We have one more question. It says, 1 second. I have completed my master's here. Does UWL allow for double masters?
Okay, yep. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, this last question is very important to be covered. So, see, again, generally, as a part of the general entry requirements, West London doesn't accept a double master's application, as in you've completed one master's, and then if you apply for another master's, it's very difficult uh, for the application to go through. But again, as I said, this is a part of the general entry requirements that I have stated. There can be certain reasons because of which you may want to go for second masters. That is something that the admissions and the program leader will look into on a case by case basis. So generally no, but then yes, they can, it we on a case by case basis we may be able to accept it. That's what there's no particular answer yes or no. It all depends on case by case basis, I'd say.
Now we are getting more questions for you, Ashish. The next question
Okay.
is, how much will be the duration for the credibility interview?
Okay, duration for the credibility interview, it will be around 15 to 20 minutes in terms of, that's the kind of duration, 15 to 20 minutes, I would say.
Okay, and then we have one more question. If the student fail in the credibility interview, will they get
Mhm.
a second chance?
No, no, actually not. So the students have to be prepared before they confirm that you are ready. So we will schedule the credibility, the precast discussion only once you confirm it to us that you're prepared. Otherwise, we will not, don't send an automatic schedule. So it is very clear. You first be prepared, take your time, and then once you're prepared, then you confirm, and then we will schedule the precast discussion.
Okay, we have one more question. Can we get IELTS waiver?
Okay, yes. So there are IELTS waivers, and but then they're definitely there for the CBSE, ICSE, the national and international boards. But for if you're talking about state boards, then there are only the southern boards, southern Indian boards, where we are able to waive off IELTS. Like there's the Maharashtra board, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, or all these are the kind, Kerala board. These are the kind of boards where we are able to waive off IELTS, not the North Indian boards. We're not able to waive off. There are only 8 boards where we're able to waive off IELTS.
Okay, we got a one more question. Is precast interview compulsory to apply for visa?
It is compulsory for in order for you to obtain the CAS from the university. So that ways it is compulsory, and it's not only, I mean, students shouldn't take it as a burden. It's also a preparation for themselves. We have seen on the base, many instances where students, because they have been through the precast discussion, they are better prepared in order to face any sort of immediate visa interview or any sort of immediate visa emails or something like that. So in that ways, it's beneficial for students. There have been many instances. The High Commission is very strict in terms of credibility. They would want students to know and to be prepared regarding all of these things. So that ways, precast discussion is kind of compulsory for all of the students in order to obtain a CAS. And not only, yeah, I mean, students shouldn't think of it as a burden, but they should think of it as something as getting to know their university better, and kind of thinking for themselves. So it will actually, when you prepare for it, it will actually force you to think on various aspects of studying in the UK. And then the university, your course, your modules, all of these things are very, very important.
Okay, we are getting more and more questions now. So then next
Mhm.
question is, what is the professional placement means?
Professional placement, I'm not sure whether you are referring to the internship or whether you're referring to the final placement. Again, I'll throw light on both of these things. We don't offer an internship as a part of the any of the courses in University of West London. We used to do that, and we understand that students, certain students would be looking for internship options, but then we have discontinued because the 2 year stay back is already there. And again, having an internship will also mean that you look for an internship the way you look for a final placement with the help of the careers team. So it's kind of a similar process that students go through. And if they go through a similar process, then why not look for the final placement or the final work opportunity? That's what I'd say. So, yep, internships or placements as a part of the course is something that we are not offering, but then students can very well go for the final work or after they complete their course.
Thank you, Ashish. Now we have two more questions. The next question is, what is the duration to get cash letter if we clear the credibility interview?
So it can take around, let's say, 7 to 10 working days. Generally 7 working days, but then during the peak times and all, it can go till maximum of 10 working days or something like that. That's once you submit all your documents for the CAS.
Thank you. The next question is, original mark sheet is mandatory while uploading documents for precast?
Yes, so your mark sheets, your certificates will be required before while you submit all the documents for CAS and before we are able to issue a CAS. So it is kind of mandatory.
Thank you, Ashish. That's all we had the question with. I would thank everyone for joining us for today's webinar. And thank you so much, Ashish, for giving us your valuable time. We had a great session. And in case, if
Mhm.
you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to SIUK and we'll be happy to answer all your questions. Thank you so much, Ashish, for this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vinayak, and thank you everyone. Thanks for joining today. Thank you and take care.